everybody. So today's beer review is Divide and Conquer by Idyll Hounds Brewing Company. Double India Pale Ale is what is on the can. Pretty cool can. I think that's a seashell on there. If you guys can see that right there. There is a description on here. I guess I'll go ahead and look at it. 8% ABV, double IPA, like I said. It does not say any hops that's used, so that's good. So per Untapped, it's saying I had this, but I didn't score it, which is very weird in my opinion. I wondered when I looked at this. Okay, yeah. So this was at a bar, the craft beer bar or something like that. They had like 50 different craft beers on tap, then just coolers just full. And the weird part was we went in there thinking it was a beer store until we got up to the door and we're like, okay, this is a restaurant. Went up to the bar, sat there. They gave us a menu and it had a front and back, and it's kind of like our Hopcat here, where if they're out, it has a stamp and says out or something tapped out. Then on the back, usually there's a whole list of ones coming soon, and it'll say now on tap or something like that. But they had a humongous cooler, and just beers and beers and beers from all over. But we didn't have a menu for those. But I did find Ghost in the Machine, and that's what we had first. Then I believe I got something, then my friend got this one. And I tasted it, and it's on Untapped, but I didn't rate it. So I have no clue what I would have rated it. But yeah, it must have been a dead area or something, because usually I rate every single beer that I do. So let's go ahead and get this in here, and see what we think. I should say. Do have something in there. Off-white colored head, about 2 fingers of head in there. Pretty much all small bubbles on top. For the color, orangish. I would say they're using like a Crystal 20, maybe a little bit of 40 in there. Somewhat hazy, lots of bubbles coming up, but this glass is etched. Semi cloudy, I would say. Golden color is what you guys are seeing. Yeah, I would say golden, a darker golden color, now that I look at it through the camera. Let's go ahead and smell, see what we get. Like a lemon citrus floral. Yeah, lemon citrus is what I'm going with. Maybe a little floral bitterness in there too. Nothing really outstanding. Maybe a little bit of sweet malt coming through now that I'm smelling more. But a little sweet maltiness in a double IPA. Usually I say 7.5 and above, and an IPA is a double IPA. This is 8, so I would put it in that category. But yeah, maybe a little malt sweetness, lemon citrus bitterness with a little bit of floral in there. Let's go ahead and taste. I believe the bartender said that this is one of the most popular beers where we went in Destin. First taste, lots of bitterness. Yeah, kind of a malty, sweet bitterness is what I'm getting. Citrus in the back, not very much rind bitterness. Like, it's kind of weird. Like, you get that bitterness throughout the palate, but at the end, it turns into citrus. As it goes to the aftertaste, it's more of like a juicy citrus, but there is some bitterness in there too. kind of light. A lighter beer. That bitterness does seem like it's climbing in the aftertaste. I guess the thing that's throwing me off, at least about this one, is it's like the bitterness is up front. Then you get the citrus. Then in the aftertaste, juicy citrus, then more bitterness. But that bitterness level does seem like it's climbing. 75 IBUs, somewhere in there. Yeah, it seems like the more I drink, the more, I almost want to say like orange juice. Orange citrus is what I get. Is all that in there? That head is not going anywhere. You can definitely tell it's a bigger beer. A little malty sweetness in there. I'm trying to see if I get that floral. I don't believe I do in the taste. I still get it a little in the smell. I don't think this is bad. I think it might be a little bit more bitter than what some people might like. It does seem like it takes over, but to me, this is different than a lot of the other double IPAs. I almost want to put this in a West Coast double IPA category. And to that, you're not getting that pine. You are getting the bitterness, but it seems like it's kind of backwards. Like you should get the juicy fruit up front, the bitterness after, in the back of the palate, more bitterness than like some citrus. And it's almost like it's flipped. You get the bitterness with a little sweet malt in there, end of palate, juicy citrus, aftertaste, juicy citrus, then the bitterness comes back. I would go 4 out of 5 on this one. I think the bitterness is a little overdone, at least for my liking, on this one. But overall, I think this one's fine. Let's check Untapped. 5 of my friends have checked it in 3.95. Overcarbed. Almost 12,000 people have checked it in 3.85. So I think I'm right in line with that. Style guidelines, Imperial Double IPA, hoppy, smooth, strong, sweet, malty. I'm surprised citrus isn't in there. IPA, juicy and hoppy. Here's what. Tropical. So this person's saying tropical in there. And that's it. So yeah, definitely want to pick up and try, especially if you're into double IPAs. I think you'll enjoy this one. If you enjoyed this video, check some more out over here. And until next time, cheers.